Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. It's March 31st, and we're waiting for Charles, VA3CJZ, tonight's host, to open up the net on RF. And the repeater here in Hamilton is known as VA3ZOE. Frequency is 443.075. And we'll just stand by and wait for Chuck to pick it up.
Monday night accidental net. My name is Chuck, and my call is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu for Monday, March 31st, 2025. Hope everyone had a good day. Tomorrow, don't forget, is April Fool's. All right, so let's get started and see who would like to check in with us tonight and say hello. Let's start off with any time-sensitive, mobile, or priority stations. Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Let's open it up. This is VA3CJZ with the Monday Night Net. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
Victor Alpha 3, India, Mike Whiskey.
All right, we'll start with 2. Bravo Tango and IMW. Before I get started, let me remind everyone that Mac, VA3IMW, is streaming this net on YouTube. So if you'd like to check us out, just type in VA3IMW, and you can look for the net under his call. And so with that, let's bring in Albert, number 1 with a bullet, VA3 Bravo Tango.
Hey, good evening, Chuck, and everybody on frequency. Just looking on the other side of my radio here. The OBP has been a dead key there for a while now. Guess somebody's going to burn the radio. But anyways, not much to report there, Chuck. Beginning of the week, the Monday blues. Other than that, just a check-in. We'll hand it back over to you there, VA3BT.
Yes, sir. Monday is behind you now, and so the rest of the week should go a little easier. A lot of people don't like Mondays, especially for that song that was written, I Don't Like Mondays. That was a true event, eh? Somebody, I guess, killed someone over a Monday. I forget exactly. Maybe Mac can fill us in there. But anyways, did you have a good weekend there, Albert?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Didn't do a whole lot of radio. Yeah, I guess there was a lot of contesting in that, so I kind of shied away from that. But not sure. Do you have something in the background going on over there, Chuck? Is that your furnace or something?
Well, the fan in my radio comes on every time I key up. It looks like it's picking something up, eh?
Yeah, it's a little louder than usual. There's something there. I can't pinpoint it, but there's something there.
Yeah, I've been having some issues with the modular plug, the Y adapter plug that I use for my foot switch and my microphone. If it doesn't sit in where the modular plug goes in. If it doesn't go in just right, I get some noise coming out of it. So it looks like I might have to take the faceplate off again and see if I can get that noise to go away.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's some definitely there. Mac will probably be able to tell you, but I'm sure he can hear it. But yeah, interesting. The old BP, somebody's been keyed up on there for a while. I've got a good solid 40 units there, and if I check the reverse, it's like 9, so 8 or 9, so it's not too far from here.
Oh yeah. Well, some of those old radios have the MOX button that if you accidentally press that in, it won't give you any audio, but it'll just give you a signal, right? So I know that's happened before.
Yeah. Oh, it just went out, so somebody unkeyed. Oh, well, anyways, we'll let you pick up Mac there. Yeah, like I say, just to check in there for the evening, Chuck, VA3BT.
Okay, very good, Al. Thanks for checking in. I want to say hello to Guy, my cousin from Ottawa, who checked in on YouTube. Hello, Guy. Hope everything's going good with you. Let's move over to Mac now, VA3IMW.
Good evening, Charles. And yeah, it seems like Guy is all over this I Don't Like Mondays thing. He's reminded us that was a song that was recorded by the Boomtown Rats. And yes, it is the story of a unfortunately true story of a young lady that was another, let's just say, another victim of American rights and privileges for firearms gone awry. So, yeah, she took issues with some schoolmates, and yeah, hence that's where the story came from. Anyways, nothing against possessing firearms if safely stored. And obviously, young people need to be trained as far as the proper use and storage. And we need to pay attention to our youngsters' attitudes, potential growing mental issues. You have to keep your ears and eyes wide open for any situations where perhaps they're not as well adjusted as they need to be. It could be the result of bullying. It could be the result of pent-up fears and anxieties. So when it comes to family members and those around you, just be mindful of people that seem to be disturbed or upset. And there's always something that we can do. After things go wrong is too late. Anyways, it's Monday, and this is our opportunity to also support our friends in the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. I'm sure Marty's over there pounding out the contacts as we're speaking right now on the NCF repeater. They're open on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. And of course, at 8 o'clock, you get a chance to go and listen to Rick, VE3BK, on or somewhere around 7100. And at the risk of timing this repeater out, I'll turn this back to you, Chuck. Certainly appreciate you running the net tonight. And yes, we are streaming on YouTube. Look up my call sign. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Back to you, Chuck.
Okay, Mac, very good then. Thank you for all that. And absolutely. Okay, yeah, and let's mention, yeah, Marty is currently hosting the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. And so I'm sure we'll have a little bit of time at the end of the net to go and say hi to him, see how he's doing. He's got relatives, I think his daughter or son. I know his grandkids are in Ottawa, so there you go. All right, so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to stop in and say hi on the Monday Night Accidental Net. This is VA3CJZ.
VA3CJZ, VA3TTO, just checking in. Looking for some help to see there's a carry on OBP at the present time. It's with full squelch, it goes straight out here, so just wondering what part of the city it's sitting over.
Okay, well, Albert was just on VA3 Bravo Tango, and he said he's getting on reverse an S9, S8 signal at his location. Albert, you still there?
Yeah, still here at VA3VT. Yeah, he was it's like an S8 to S9 in my location. I'm not too far from you, Gary.
Yeah, I know when I put the squelch full away on my radio here, it's still coming in.
No, okay, interesting.
Okay, Gary, that's what, 147.345, right?
Yeah, roger on that there.
Yeah, I haven't been scanning in a little while there, so I was unaware of that. There's not much action happening on that repeater, I noticed, but oh yeah, there is now. I think MMX runs some stuff on there.
Yeah, it's linked into his network there, and he's got a 10-meter repeater there.
Okay, well, we've got Mac also on the line there. Mac, have you had a chance to check it out and see what kind of signal you're getting? You're not that close to Albert, so what are you getting?
I don't have a single VFO, so I really don't have an opportunity. I haven't scanned over there, so perhaps when the net is done, I'll take a scan around. But I'm pretty sure if Albert's got an S8, S9 signal, I'm going to get pretty much the same. Maybe a little stronger. I think my antenna is up a couple inches higher, but we probably should get a read from Larry, VE3LBI, and kind of triangulate based on people being in various parts of the city. So perhaps that's an exercise we can look into once this net is over, and then we can reconvene back on the repeater here and share some signal reports with Gary and see if we can at least tie down maybe a quadrant where this errant signal is coming from.
Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so Gary, anything else for us?
No, but I was able to get hold of our relatives up north, knowing that they're okay up there at Bob Cajun there. So a lot of power failures. They're on emergency power at the present time generator, and so up there they're in real situations there for a while. But they have a wood stove. With a wood stove, you can cook, you can heat, whatever.
Yes, I remember going to my grandparents' cottage there, and you're right. If the wood stove wasn't cooking anything, it was heating the cottage. So very nice. And of course, if you've got a floor right above, it would heat up that floor. They do a great job. And Barry, I understand, was also hit with a lot of ice, throwing the power out. And so hopefully those customers will get their power back soon.
Yeah, it's we're lucky we didn't get anything. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. We're supposed to get some more rain.
Yeah, we were lucky. Only drizzle we got here, really. And I looked at the forecast for Wednesday for us, and I think it said somewhere around 45 millimeters of rain. So a ton of rain is expected, but that's still a couple days away. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, Gary, thanks for checking in, and let me throw it back over to Mac for his final words before I carry on.
Yep, cue us out. So everybody within the earshot of this repeater should bear in mind that we want to take a signal report for the input frequency of the OBP repeater and reconvene back here somewhere shortly after 8 o'clock so that we can share this information with Gary. Gary, you want to come back here at 8 p.m.? Yeah, when he's finished in a hurry. Anyways, I'll be here, and yeah, I'll take a scan around on the input frequency of that repeater. So everybody else who's interested, feel free.
Yeah. Okay. Very good, Mac. Yeah. When Gary is done, he's gone. So, anyways, I don't see any signal there now. I've got my other radio on that frequency, and there is intermittent keying up. I don't know if there's any audio going through it, but I keep seeing signals going up there. So, all right. Well, let's carry on with our net, the Monday night accidental net. I'm your net controller, Chuck, and my station is near the Centre Mall in Hamilton. And my call is VA3CJZ, looking for check-ins.
VA3ZJC.
VE3ZJC. Jason, come on in.
Evening, Chuck, and everybody else on net. Yeah, the OBP repeater is apparently back to normal use. I hear some chatter on the other DFO, so whoever had it pegged is no longer doing so. And when it was, for anybody who's taken notes, I don't have an S meter, but it was absolutely full scale here down in my part of the lower city. Other than that, nothing exciting. I do have to let you guys know that I got to be making some schedule changes personally, which is going to 100% impact the time that I get home and will impact my ability to run nets for the foreseeable future.
Okay, Jason. Well, thanks for the heads up. And I'm sure between myself, Mac, and anyone else who'd like to throw their hand up, I'm sure we can look after it. Just so are you canceling right now all the upcoming nets that you would do?
Yeah, I might still be able to pick up tomorrow's nets. I think. I got to see how tomorrow plays out. I'm 80% sure I can run tomorrow's net, but after that, yeah, I'm going to be indisposed way more often for personal reasons than I would care to be.
Okay, Jason. Well, thanks for letting us know, and hope everything works out for you. And yeah, we'll carry on. Thank you for your check-in, Jason. And do you have anything else?
No, nothing else for me, sir. Appreciate you doing it. 7 rays to you and everybody else on frequency.
All right, Jason, by the way, on reverse, you are full strength at my location, so good job. All right, let's see who else is out there would like to stop in and say hi on the Monday Night Net. This is VA3CJZ.
VA3 TTO recheck.
Yes, sir, VE3TTO, VA3CJZ. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's disappeared, so I think we're okay.
All right, someone must have got a hold of someone, or someone figured it out. Okay, anyone else out there wishing to check in, please come now.
VA3TKA, Andy
Hey, Andy in Mount Hope. Haven't heard you in a while, sir. Come on in.
Roger, Chuck. Good evening. It's Andy in Mount Hope by the airport, VA3TKA. I've been around. Don't always get a chance to talk. Hours are a little bit all over the place. Not too much for traffic these days. Been playing a lot with packet radio. I've got APRS fully up and running. I've just got to dedicate a radio to it and get a little Raspberry Pi or whatnot to run it. Also ready to go with packet radio, and I don't think any actual bulletin boards systems and whatnot, but nobody around here I think is running anything like that. So on my to-do list is to set something like that up and test it. But if somebody is actually on or running a packet network now, I can jump in if they're within simplex range. And yes, I've got for module 17, M17, I've got that up and running. But I think I may be the first one in the area. Nobody around here seems to be using or working with the new open source digital mode M17. But back to you, Chuck.
All right, so we've got some dinosaur technology that's been upgraded to digital. And sometimes that takes a while for people to look into it and get into it there, Andy. So, you can always search online and see what's available. I'm sure you can find more information online.
Roger, Chuck. Actually, that's kind of right and wrong at the same time. It is dinosaur tech that's I would say it's evolving. It never really went away. I guess everybody remembers back in the 90s when people would use their telephone modems and dial into each other's computer bulletin board systems. That never really died. It still exists on radio, but with the packet radio, you can actually do some neat stuff that is all on my to-do list. You can, essentially what you do using something like a virtual TNC like Direwolf, you actually create a network interface on your machine. You can do full TCP/IP networking in that over packet radio. It'd be kind of neat to create little networks and actual computer networks, just radio driven. I don't know, that sort of thing. That sort of thing interests me. So it's old tech that's been kind of revived and also evolved in a way as well. VA3TKA, back to you.
Oh, fine business there, Andy. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more now that you've brought it up, and maybe other listeners as well. We've got some new hams that keep coming up, and so that's always promising, and especially in the Hamilton area, new hams coming online, so you never know. And I do appreciate you checking in, Andy. I checked you on reverse. I'm located down here by the Center Mall, Barton Street and Ottawa Street. I couldn't hear you on direct, but you're certainly making a great trip into the repeater on top of Mohawk College. Thank you for your check-in, Andy. Anything else?
Roger, Chuck. No, sorry, I lied. One last thing. If anybody does want to start playing with packet radio as far as actually connecting to other stations and whatnot, if you're using Linux, you can use AX25 tools, just a direct command line program. Another sort of indirect command line program is LinPack, LINPAC. There is an equivalent for Windows as well. I don't really often work in Windows, but if anybody goes to play with that, you need to know the hierarchical route for this area. So going from, instead of left to right, going from right to left, it'll be NOAM for North America, .CA routing. If there's a locally agreed upon region as well, it'll be like a hashtag so on or something like that. But for here, I guess going from left to right, it'll be on dot can dot NOAN. So if anybody wants to play a packet, that's the hierarchical routing for the area. And that's all I got, Chuck. VA3TKA, back to net control.
Okay, Andy. And again, thank you for all that wonderful information. And I wish you success in finding others in the area and get that going. So do appreciate your check-in, Andy. Have a great rest of the evening. And so we'll talk to you again soon. And so we'll clear with VA3TKA and see who else out there would like to get on the list and say hi. This is VA3CJZ.
VA3 Mike Hotel Victor.
Hey, speaking of new hands, VA3 Mike Hotel Victor. Mark, come on in and let me know, are you interested in maybe getting something other than a handheld? Do you have any plans, or are you just happy with what you got?
Good evening, Chuck, and all on the frequency. Not much to report here radio-wise. Yeah, I do plan on getting an HF rig later in the year, I hope. Chuck, I've just got some things I've got to take care of first. A couple of things, the life things, that are higher priorities than the hobby, so I got to get them cleared away, and then, yeah, I plan on buying a rig. Other than that, not much to report, Chuck. Just having a day off here. I work straight through the weekend, so enjoying a Monday off. Back at her tomorrow for a few till the next weekend. And I wanted to give you one for the pot, so just a general check-in.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, you got to take care of more important things. Radio is just a hobby, so it's not, it's not your whole life. So take care of that. And, when you're ready, we're here to help you out however we can. And you should know that. A lot of friendly, helpful people around here. And, of course, you got Steve, sort of an Aylmer, mentor to help you around. So, anyways, I do appreciate the check-in, Mark. I'll let you carry on. And, geez, that reminds me, I used to work night shift, and the only days off I would get was Sunday and Monday. Talk about the two most boring days to get off. Well, Sunday's all right. You got some football and stuff. But you want to go out, have a couple of drinks. A Sunday and a Monday is, not very lively for the nightlife. But anyways, thanks again. I know you have probably rotating days off there, so like Steve. Thanks again, Mark. So let's see who else is out there would like to stop in and say hi on the Monday Night Net. This is VA3CJZ. All right, we don't have much activity on the YouTube stream or on the radio. I think we've only got like 6 check-ins tonight, but that's okay. Let me tell you a little story. I've been having some issues with RF getting into my shack from my G5 RV, and I finally traced it back to an RF isolator or an RF filter, which is basically a 1-to-1 balun in line at the bottom of my G5 RV at the feed point. I took it out of line, and then I flipped it upside down, and a bunch of water came out. So I took it completely out of line and just put the coax back into the feed point, and I'm currently drying the balun in front of my heat exchanger, my heater vent. And I think I'm going to have to get some silicone, and I'm thinking about plugging up the drain holes they have both at the top and the bottom, as well as it seems like right around where the SO239 looks like there's a way for water to get in through there. So thankfully it was an easy fix, but the hardest part was tracing it back and finally finding out what the issue was. So now when I go on Rick's net at 8 o'clock there, I should be free of that RF coming back into the shack. Anyone with comments or questions or check-ins for tonight's net, please come now. VA3CJZ. VA3IMW checking out, Chuck. Hey, there's Garnett, VE3GNP. Have you got your partner with you? My partner in crime, on our way up for coffee. All right, very good. What a gloomy day. Geez, it's dark out, but the sun hasn't set yet. I think we got another 10 minutes, but yeah, some heavy dark clouds there today. But luckily, we haven't gotten a lot of water like some places, or ice for that matter. Aren't you glad you didn't have to go to Barrie? Yeah, it's only 3 degrees right now. Yeah, well, that is on the plus side. So, yeah, I'm reading 2.5 over here. So, with a half degree plus or minus difference there, that's good. Yeah, I hear you. Hey, check Dave in as well, VE3DB as well. All right, got him in the log as well there, Garnett. I do appreciate your check-ins. Kind of slow tonight for a Monday, but anyway, say hello to the gang there if Marty's there as well. And have a good time, Garnett. Thanks again. Yeah, no problem, Chuck. Thanks for being there. We'll talk to you another day. VE3GNP. Okay, very good then. On the way up the hill to have coffee with the group there every Monday night. Pretty sure a lot of them are with the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. And so with that, let's see who wants to check into to our net. This is VA3CJZ. Okay, then looks like we're going to wrap things up a little bit early tonight. We had a total of 8 check-ins on RF check-ins, and let's see, 1 check-in on YouTube, as well as Mac and myself and Guy. Oh, Albert was there too. So thank you all so much for checking in and saying hi, letting us know how your day or weekend has been, and we look forward to hearing you on Wednesday night as I take over the job as net controller for the longest running simplex net in the Hamilton Dundas area, and that's called the AREG net. That stands for Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the frequency of 146.430. And I hope to hear you all then. I also stream the net on YouTube because, let's face it, on simplex, not everyone can hear everyone like they do on a repeater. So just put in my call in the YouTube search, VA3CJZ, and you can follow along. And you can hear stations that you might not be able to hear on your radio. And so with that, if there aren't any more check-ins, I'm going to say 7-3 for now, and have a great rest of the evening. This is VA3CJZ.
Now let's pop over to Marty's net on the NCF repeater.
I got there, Marty. So back to you. Keep up the good work on the net. VA3QEE. I got a question for you, Marty. What are these radios that you and Carol are taking? Are they CW radios or QRP radios or what? They're VA3BK.
They're little $30 Quancheng radios. They're UHF, VHF radios. Very inexpensive from a Chinese manufacturer, Quancheng, and I guess you get them over the internet, and they're pretty solidly built and very, very interesting radios, and they've been flashed with updated software, which allows you to operate the thing in a very easy manner, and we're learning how to do it. So it's lots of fun, Rick. Over.
That's great. Where are these radios available, Marty?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I got mine. Spencer put in an order for several of them, and so I gave him a few bucks, and the radio arrived in about a week. Over.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'll tell you, I was quite surprised that Amazon.ca, it sells everything. And recently, in the last few years, they didn't have much of them made for ham radio. But anyway, I did a search for ham radio, and I was really surprised at all the stuff that came up. And one of the things was a mini HF, or no, not HF, mini radio for the mobile, and it had 4 bands on it, 2 meters, 440, and it had 390. I don't know what 390 is. And then it had 2 meters on it as well. 4-band radio. I thought that was super, and it was only $100 and some odd dollars. So I know that Mike there, KMQ, has ordered some radio that he likes there from China. I don't know what it is. It's a mobile, I think, dual bander. But just let people know that go check it out, do a search, and see all the stuff that's available. Myself, I ordered a Magnum out off there, and when it came out, I was quite surprised at the quality. So very good quality, and the price wasn't that bad. So anyway, I just thought I'd put that plug in there for ham radio stuff. And anyway, that radio that you and Carol have sound like it might be pretty interesting too. But you can get all kinds of stuff like that too, as well as antennas and balance. I couldn't believe it. They had balance on there. I've made my own balance, and I'll tell you what, that you can buy them cheaper on there than I can make them. So there you go, Marty. VA3QEE, VA3BK.
Yeah, sometimes that's the case, Rick. Anyway, just one more announcement, Rick. For any of those that attend Hamfest, the Durham Hamfest is coming up on Saturday, April the 12th. It's at 1876 Valley Farm Road in Pickering, and I guess it's Saturday the 12th from 9 to 12, and I imagine if you're a vendor, you go earlier, but that's the Durham Hamfest. So probably the first one in the current season. Anyway, Rick, thanks for the announcements. Appreciate all the work you do in the background there, and good luck with the net tonight. It was quite successful, I think, on Thursday, and so hopefully it'll be well attended tonight. Over.
Oh yeah, Roger on that. Yep. And you mentioned the Hamfest. Well, we had the tailgate treasures, Steeltown tailgate treasures coming up in Resby at the United Church on Livingston, and that's going to be June the 12th. It's quite a ways away, but you mentioned
not this evening, Rick. We're not set up here for it, so I'll say negative on that. Over.
Okay, Roger, and that looks like I maybe have a few problems to sort out anyway. Okay, 73. This is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt back to net.
Right, that was our announcements from Rick. Thanks a lot. We're clear with VE3BK and listening for any check-ins on the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday night. Please call now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Mac, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Marty. Sorry I missed you last week, but I'll anyways, you're a superstar. You're currently being broadcast on YouTube as we speak. I just carried on over the stream as we migrated from the ZOE repeater to here. Anyways, thanks for doing this one. Certainly appreciate it. And I understand that the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club is going to be doing the spring junk in the trunk thing. Is it going to be out there in Grimsby again? And what date is that?
Rick just gave the date. I just forget. I think it's Rick. Are you there?
Are you calling me there, Marty? Over.
What's the date of the Steel City Tailgate Treasures? Over.
Roger. June the 12th. June the 12th. And that'll be out of Grimsby there, over.
Okay, Max, same place as last year, June the 12th. And I'll tell you a funny thing. It's not a junk in the trunk. We were going to call it a junk in the trunk, and we got blasted from the guys in Barrie. They said, hey, we've been using that name for years. You can't use that name. And so we asked for name submissions, and we got a flood of them. And somebody ran them all together, so they called it the Steel City something or other Tailgate Treasures. And that's how they got that name. Over.
Okay. Well, it's still junk in the trunk. Well, maybe it's more junk in the truck because there's more people showing up with pickup trucks and they're displaying it on the tailgate, right? Or maybe it could be a tailgate something or other. Anyways. Oh, by the way, the Quansheng radios you were talking about, and Rick maybe want to perk his ears up as well. Those are available through AliExpress. That's usually the most cost-effective place to get. Just make sure that you do a little bit of research with the individual vendors. Make sure that you get an option that is free shipping. Read the fine print because sometimes when they put stuff on AliExpress and they talk about radio equipment, you end up with a battery or an empty shell or something. So read the fine print when you place the order to make sure that you're getting a radio. They're crafty little buggers, and they slip words in this way and that way, and you just want to make sure that when you place your order, you're ordering something that's going to actually operate for you. And yes, Rick, I also realize Amazon has added a bunch of stuff, but typically they're remarketed from other offshore vendors. When you buy from AliExpress, you can import a quantity of things, right? So somebody who wants to go out and buy 20 Quansheng radios, you're going to be able to buy them at even less cost. And therefore you can remarket them over here with a little markup. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I would say that my micro UHF VHF tri-band radio, that was a steal of a deal. I think it was about $150. It came with radio and coax and antenna and mount. So $150 for that all in, and it works like a charm. So if you decided you wanted to buy 50 of them, you probably could have got them for $40 and then remarketed them over here. So you got to be careful. A lot of stuff that's on Amazon, they're just remarketing offshore sales. Anyways, I've tied it up long enough for the now. Have yourself a great evening, Marty. Certainly appreciate you running this net.
We appreciate you guys checking in. Thank you very much, Mac. And by the way, thanks for the expertise. Good to know, and good to have a few extra things to consider when you're shopping for stuff. So we value your input there, Mac. So thanks again. Good to hear you. Stay well and enjoy the warm weather coming down the tracks there. 73 for now.
7-3's Marty.
We're clear with VA3IMW and listening for further check-ins. It's 7:45. Please go now.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, Vern in Waterdown, Marty.
Hello there, Vern. I heard you on the air the other night when you were out there shredding your way through the icy weather. Hope things are much better tonight. Over.
Yeah, not bad tonight, although I will say the temperature has dropped throughout the day. When I went out this morning, it was, 13. Right now it's 1. But, at least it's not raining, and there's no freezing stuff on the sidewalk. Back to you, Marty.
Yeah, well, I guess that happens, and you may be a little bit colder there than we are here, but I guess it's coming, the cold weather. And a little bit of breeze doesn't help much either. Anyway, Vern, thanks for the check-in, and have a safe walk up there.
Thanks so much, Marty. I appreciate it. You in the net. Hope you have a good evening. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
Okay, well, that was Vern in Waterdown. We're clear with VA3CRF and standing by for further check-ins. Please call now.
Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Charlie Bravo, check in.
The VA3 something with a Bravo in it. Could I have it again, please?
Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Charlie Bravo.
Okay, got it that time. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Charlie Bravo. Thank you for the check-in. Go ahead.
About the radio you were just talking about, not pronounced as quite in. Second, based on its price in China, I do not recommend you paying more than $30 for this thing. I'm having one right now and got it from AliExpress for $27. And it's quite popular, this thing, in China. I strongly recommend you to look into it. And also, there is firmware on GitHub. It has the higher stars for this radio, but it's in Chinese. If you want to try it, you can. The firmware with the most stars, but it's not in English.
Okay, Renee, we do have that firmware upgrade. I think the radios that we got have been upgraded, and it makes it a lot easier. For example, instead of pressing the function button and the number 2, if you just press the number 2 and hold it in, you get the same function. They've had ease of operation with the new firmware. Over.
So I'm talking about the most updated ones written by a Chinese guy. The whole thing is in Chinese. I think it's by far the best firmware on GitHub. You can look into that, and you probably won't be able to read it. Over.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, now I forget what I was going to ask you. Anyway, so you've got one now. Are you on it presently? Because you're making a good connection with the repeater. Over.
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, well, great sounding radio. It's got a great feel to it. It's certainly put together well, and you're making the trip into the repeater, I guess. Are you in Thornhill? Over.
Downtown Hamilton.
Hey, downtown Hamilton. I just looked you up on
see the map pinned me there, but I'm really in downtown Hamilton right now. Looking north directly to the repeater.
Okay, well that explains a lot. Anyway, thank you for the information, and good to hear you on the net tonight. You're in the log, over.
Thank you, 73 for now.
I think we got about 20 check-ins so far this evening, so good night. And anyone else like to check in, we'd love to hear from you. Please call now.
VA3CP, recheck.
Yeah, Dave, did you get that number?
Yeah, I've sent you and John an email with the pictures.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Well, then we'll have an answer for you. Over.
Okay, you going for coffee tonight and see John or not?
Certainly am. John doesn't go. John Beckett doesn't attend that. Over.
Yeah. That's, the fellow I sent it to was John David. Okay, all right. VA3CP clear. Carry on.
Dave, thanks for that. 73. This is VA3QEE listening for check-ins on the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday check-in net. Please call now.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Chuck, I'm honored. Thank you for the check-in. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Marty. Net, Chuck here by the Center Mall in Hamilton. Yeah, we had a slow night tonight on the Monday night net on the ZOE repeater, but that's okay. It happens, and that just means I get time to drop by here and say hi. I had planned on participating in the weekend sideband contest, but the band conditions were not favorable for me Friday night or Saturday, but Sunday morning things are looking good. So I managed to pick about 25 contacts, all from different countries, and I managed to add one new country or new entity, and that's Dodecanese, the set of islands off of Greece there. And so I didn't have those before, but now I do. So yeah, Sunday was good. Back to you.
Never heard of those islands, so that's a new one for me. Off the coast of Greece. Anyway, well, congratulations. That's great. I'm glad things worked out. Now, were you on? Was that 10 meters or 20 meters, Chuck? Over.
Well, Marty, most of my contacts were all done on 15 meters. It was the less cluttered band. 20 and 10 were just stacked like cordwood, and so it wasn't so bad on 15, and so I just stayed there.
Okay, very good. Well, you pick your spot there. Now, are you a hunter or are you a squatter? Like the squatters stay on one frequency and let people come to them, and the hunters go from contact to contact as they move up and down the band. Over.
VA3. Yeah, no, I was definitely a hunter this time, Marty. Like I said, it was pretty late in the game there on Sunday, and so I figured I'll just pick the ones that I like, and I got some pretty neat countries, but I already have them in my log. I mean, places like St. Barthélemy, the Galapagos Islands, Ukraine, Morocco. So I picked the ones that I wanted, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm blown away. Those are great spots, particularly Galapagos Islands. I know Rick got that a year or so ago, and I think he actually got a QSL card from I think it was a D expedition there. Anyway, well, very good. Thanks, Chuck, and
it sounds like you're having fun with a hobby, and that's terrific, and you're an inspiration. So appreciate the call tonight, Chuck, and have a good week. 73 for now.
Okay, Marty, 7-3, and have a great rest of the evening.
Hey, 7:54 p.m. We still have a few minutes here to add people to the list. Anyone, anywhere, please call now. Just a reminder that Rick has an 80-meter net starting on 7.100 at 8 o'clock. And for anybody interested in coffee, I think it's going to be a big turnout tonight at McDonald's there at Rickman's Corners, Upper James Street, and Rimo Road or 53 Highway, where the two intersect there. McDonald's, or Mackey's as they say in Australia. Okay, we're listening for calls on the Monday check-in at anyone, anywhere. Please call now.
And Marty will be wrapping up his net shortly, so with no further activity, we'll bring the stream to a close. Bid you all 7-3s. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
The official count tonight on Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday check-in net, 20 check-ins, not counting myself, and I'd like to thank everybody who did check in this evening. And just a reminder, there's a net on Thursday from the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. It's actually a remote station that'll be operating on 7.100 on the Trans-Provincial net. They do an hour from 3 to 4. And other than that, we hope to be back in a week's time on this frequency at between 7 and 8 o'clock. And wish you all a good week and good hunting on the air. VA3QEE from the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club.
Well, there you go. You got a double duty tonight. Not only the Lake Ontario Radio Club net, but the tail end of the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. So we'll be back here tomorrow night with another stream on 443.075 on the ZOE repeater at 7 p.m. Turning the stream to dormant, and obviously the repeater is already back to normal amateur use. 7-3s, one and all.